Hi, first grade. How are you guys today? This is Mr. McAuliffe coming to you once again from your classroom here at St. Margaret's. Once again, I'm here to read you a story. And this week, I'm going to read a book about teachers. So last week, we celebrated National Teacher Appreciation Week, right? That was a week where we set aside to show our gratitude and our appreciation for our teachers and all the hard work that they do. So in honor of that, the book I'm going to read this week is about teachers. And this one is particularly about Mrs. Perla. So sit back, relax, open your ears and your imagination as I read you the story of the teacher from the Black Lagoon by written by Mike Thaler, pictures by Jared Lee. So written by means he's the author, and pictures by means he's the illustrator. It's the first day of school. I wonder who my teacher is. I heard Mr. Smith has dandruff and warts. Ew. And Mrs. Jones has a whip and a wig. But Mrs. Perla is supposed to be a real monster. Oh my. I have Mrs. Perla, room 109. What a bummer. I sit at a desk and I fold my hands. I close my eyes. I am so scared. Then suddenly a shadow covers the door, and slowly the door opens. In slithers Mrs. Perla. She's really green. She has a long tail, and she scratches her name on the blackboard with her claws. Just then, Freddie Jones throws a spitball. Mrs. Perla curls her lip and breathes fire at him. Freddie's gone. There is just a simple pile of ashes where he once sat. Oh my, talk about bad breath, giggles Eric Porter. Then Mrs. Perla slithers over, unscrews his head, and puts it on the globe stand. I bet she gives homework the first day of school. Your homework for today, grins Mrs. Perla, smoke rising from her nostrils, is page 1 through 200 in your math book. All the fraction problems. But we've never learned fractions, shouts Derek Bloom. Come up here, son, she beckons with her claw. Derek walks to the front of the room and stands by her desk. This is a whole boy, she smirks. Then she takes a big chomp. And this is a half a boy. Now you've had fractions. Doris Foodle cracked her gum. Mrs. Perla swallowed Doris in one gulp. No chewing in class, she said. Mr. McAuliffe, the principal, sticks his head in the door. Keep up the good work, Mrs. Perla. He nods and closes the door. I wish I could get sent to the principal's office. Let's call the roll, crackles Mrs. Perla. Freddie Jones is absent. Derek Bloom is half here. Eric Porter is here and there. Doris Foodle, well, she's digesting. What about spelling, shouts Randy Potts. Spelling can be fun, beams Mrs. Perla, wiggling her fingers at him. Abracadabra kazam! That's kind of tough to spell, says Randy. Suddenly, there's a flash of light and a puff of smoke. And now, Randy's a frog. Penny Weber raises her hand. Can I go to the nurse, she whines. What's wrong, asks Mrs. Perla. I have a huge headache, says Penny. Mrs. Perla wiggles her fingers. There's another flash of light, and suddenly Penny's head is the size of a pin. Better? Asks Mrs. Perla. Now it's nap time. Everyone who still has one, put your head down on your desk. I hope I make it to recess. Sweet dreams, she cackles as I close my eyes. Suddenly, the bell rings and I wake up. There's a very nice woman writing her name on the blackboard. She has real skin and no tail. I'm Mrs. Perla, your teacher, she smiles. I jump out of my chair and run up and hug her. Well, thank you, she says. I'm very glad to be here. Not as glad as I am. The end. I hope you enjoyed this funny story about your teacher, Mrs. Perla. And I miss you, boys and girls. It's quiet, too quiet here. I look forward to the day when you're sitting in front of me again and I'm reading to you, just like we used to do. It's very important that you do your work at home, though. Just because we're not in school, like in St. Margaret's, doesn't mean that we're not in school. And you still need to be working hard and showing Mrs. Perla that you're learning. So make sure that you listen to your moms or dads or grandma or grandpas or whoever's helping you with your schoolwork at home. I hope that you're all doing well. And until next week, please remember, first grade, to be safe, be healthy, and be strong. Until next week, first grade, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.